In Indiana, jury selection is underway in the Delphi double murder trial. This case dates back to 2017 when two teenage girls, Abby Williams and Libby German, were killed while they hiked on a trail. Police had this video from Libby's cell phone to work with where an unidentified man is seen walking down the same trail, and this chilling audio too. Richard Allen was arrested for the girls' murder. Nearly 6 years later, he has pleaded not guilty. NBC News correspondent Maura Barrett joins us now with more on this trial. So, Maura, this has received a lot of national attention. Walk us through the case and the charges Allen is currently facing.
Yeah, Vicki, this was absolutely a chilling situation, and it's important to know that it took police several years to even arrest Allen in the first place. They had to work their way through several suspects. Obviously, back in 2017, the technology from that phone video that we see is not as clear as what it might be these days, but police were able to get that off of one of the girls' phones, and that's a lot of how they were centralizing their search. So Allen has been in prison, largely in solitary confinement for the last 2 years. Again, he has pleaded not guilty, but he did admit being in the area on that day that the girls went for the hike. He is facing 2 counts of murder charges as well as 2 counts of murder while attempting to commit a kidnapping. And so this is something that has been long awaited for in the state of Indiana. Obviously, a lot of national attention on this very rural area. It's also important to point out, because it was such a small town, the judge ultimately decided to move the case about 100 miles away near the Fort Wayne area in northeastern Indiana in order to try to get some unbiased jurors, because this really was something that rocked this small town, but then percolated across the country, Vicki.
You know, Maura, any idea how long jury selection is expected to last, and what will you be watching for once this trial gets underway?
So we expect jury selection to just last a few days. This case is a little harder to follow from the media perspective because there's no electronics in court, no cameras. We're relying on handwritten notes from a pool reporter that all of the media will share. But we expect that jury selection to wrap up on Wednesday. Opening statements could begin as early as Friday. The key thing that I'll be watching, though, the reason this gained a lot of national attention was the idea that Allen, or the suspect, didn't commit the murder, but it played out as part of an Odinist cult theory, the way that the girls' bodies were found. It's described with branches depicting a cult theory. This is something that defense spent hundreds of pages of legal filings to support. And last minute, as part of these series of chaotic developments we've seen with this case, the judge said the defense cannot rest on those defense filings. He said that it's going to be simply too confusing for anyone to understand, and there's no evidence behind it. So what I'll be really watching is where the defense chooses to go with this, considering they've put in so much effort previously to kind of rest on that theory. And so that's something we're looking at, Vicki.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app, or follow us on social media.